Now that Harsin is out, whose seat is the hottest in college football? Neil Brown at West Virginia, I think, is the answer here. Full disclosure, I don't enjoy doing these segments. We rarely do them. Mainly it's just when you ask about them. Things have gone awry at West Virginia this year. Most recently, I think they got blown out last game they played. It just hasn't gone according to plan. And there were a lot of people willing to give benefit of the doubt, and even if the losses are close, that's one thing, but it just seems like the program's trending in the wrong direction. So there's a lot of smoke up there that there will be a move made at the end of the year on Neil Brown. Now, that's the only one really, as I look around the country, at the major Power 5 level, that I think is more likely than not. But there are several names coming up next year that if their jobs aren't on the line, it is very much a show me year. And you know what? I said Mario's not a part of this. There will be a need for him to show radical improvement next year at Miami. So not a hot seat thing per se, but a need to show radical improvement. What about Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M? For as much as I've told you that talk this year is nonsense, and it is, what's the expectation next year? A lot of that is going to be directly tied to what moves he makes after this year. So what does the coaching staff look like? What's the dynamic? Is he still calling plays, etc.? But there will be, rightly so, massive amounts of pressure on him next year. And while I'm not automatically saying the guy's starting the season on the hot seat, unlike this year, it's not out of the realm of possibility for that to enter the equation next year. Even as wild as that buyout would be, that is Texas A&M. They can spend money because they would print more of it tomorrow. Yes, that's potentially on the table for him next year. Steve Sarkisian at Texas entering year 3. We don't know how this year is going to end yet, but if they don't end up playing for the Big 12 championship this year, they're getting ever closer to moving to the SEC. You need to take advantage of these years while you can. And so if they continue to trend the direction that they're going right now, they're 5-3. They're already a 3-loss team this year. They've got games left. It's the Big 12. They got several games left that are tough to win. This time next year, you could have some of that talk around him. Not out of the realm of possibility at all. What about Mel Tucker? Look at Michigan State right now. I mean, they're spending a ton of money on Mel Tucker, and they can't run the ball. They have some of the same problems this year, compounded, that they had last year, and they don't have those star players to bail them out like Kenneth Walker. That's not what you're paying $9.5 million a year for. Now, the follow-up is, okay, well, how long do you let it go? And each program has their own standard. But I'm just saying, that's not in the conversation this year. Even though they're 3-5, that's not in the conversation this year. It's next year where it would start. So whether it's Mario, Jimbo, Sark, Mel Tucker, Brent Venables at Oklahoma, it's nonsense to talk about that this year. Next year, if they are appearing to fall off a cliff the first couple of months of the season again, you could have talk around him. So I think 2023 will be an incredible year if you love to traffic in this stuff. The 2022 year, I just think we're going to get to the end of it, and a lot of guys are going to know, okay, I've burned up a lot of my equity. I got to show them something next year. Here's the downside, unless you're sadistic. The downside is not everybody's going to be able to follow through next year with a good campaign. So these are high-profile names I just read to you. Someone's getting the axe next year. I mean, I see no way around that. And so buckle up, because you got a very, very volatile, what would that be, about a 18 to 24-month period coming up in our sport. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Make sure you like the video, and please subscribe to the channel. Not just for me. That's how we keep this entire thing free.